How's it going, guys? Is it odd to see me in something other than my workout clothes? I mean, kind of this could be a workout clothes, right? But of course, it's a tank top. And what does that mean? It's a razorback. Which means that I have to sit here and tuck that in all the time. Those of you that have been reading my blog for a while know it's my pet peeve about racerbacks. Still looking for somebody. I feel very short today. Wait a second, I am short. But if you could see me here, which I would never let you, I actually don't have heels on or my workout tennis shoes on right now. So this is kind of an odd moment that you're not going to see a lot of. Worked out my shoulders yesterday. Ooh, you know, I did, it's not necessarily a new move, but it was on one of the P90X DVDs that I did most recently, and I think I'd seen this move for shoulders a while ago. Hair's starting to grow long. I'm growing it a little bit longer, you guys. This is, I'm digressing. I always digress. The fact that I can't put this in a ponytail without really putting like 17 different contraptions in my hair drives me nuts. So I like how it looks, you know, in a certain way, but I need to be able to put my hair in a ponytail. So that's all there is to it. Just letting you know. Anyway, the P90X thing, one of the things that Tony does, and I'm trying to think, I think there's actually like two, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's shoulders and arms, one DVD, and then there's one that might be, I don't know, those of you that have P90X, you know what I'm talking about. There's like a second one towards the back, and he does this move, I don't know really what it's called, where you take your weights. Now you have to do like lighter ones for this. So in other words, if you're doing like a shoulder press, for me when I do heavy on my shoulder press, I use 20-pound weights. Sometimes I'll stagger it down, sometimes whatever, but you know that if you're working to like exhaustion, you have to use lighter weights. So with this move, I think I was either using 8 or 10-pound weights, but you start down here, and then you're I'm trying to think of what he called this, but you're pulling it up. And of course you don't want to go, you know, like that, because that's going to hit your lower back. That's why you have to be sure you're using the right amount of weights, because people, especially for those of you that are just getting into weights, don't see something, form, anybody will tell you, whether it's a trainer or someone who wants to be a trainer like me, form is important no matter what you do. It's the key in anything that you're doing for, you know, the most what's the word I'm looking for? Effectiveness? Efficacy? Whatever. I'm needing more caffeine. But if you see something like that in a video and then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do the most I can, you know, and then you're like this and you're not even, you know, then you're just basically kind of showing up for a workout and wasting your time. If you're there, make the most of your efforts. Make sure that you're getting, you know, the caloric burn, make sure you're working up a sweat, and making sure that if you're doing something with weights that you're using it the right way. So of course in this one, you know, you want to be doing it slow. You want to make sure that you're using the muscles both ways, that you're not putting your back into it all. So again, I use like 8-pound weights, and sometimes I'll make up a set. Like when I'm doing like a shoulder blast workout, I'll make up circuits. If I'm not going to do like a Tabata type of a thing, then I'll do a circuit where I'll do, you know, 12 of these, and I'll immediately go into this, which again is that, what do we call that, people? So this is a side lateral, right? What's this? Side lateral, but bent side lateral? So sometimes I'll do this, then I'll go right into 12 of these, then I might go into front raises. There's so many things you can do for shoulders, and obviously, look at that! Bra straps to get out. Vintage Jody Watley playing. So, I think I've covered like the whole spectrum of about 40 different topics in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Who else can do that for you? Not many people. I had to take the train downtown today, and there was a crazy like madman on the train. It was very disturbing. And also I just like to say that men that drive, well, it's not necessarily what kind of cars they drive, but I really don't understand why men can't use their blinker. Or, let me say this to you and Mr. Corvette in front of me today, who waits and then slows down, and I can see him looking, going, is that where I want to go? And then right as he's turning, he puts his blinker on. Hello, dumbass. Excuse me for those of you that are children. You don't put your blinker on as you're turning. At that point, what does the blinker do? Because guess what, asshat? I already know you're making a change. I already know you're making a turn. The point of a blinker is so that the person behind you can go, oh, that person's making a turn. They're going to be slowing down. I should slow down. As opposed to, I mean, really, I don't even want to say it. I mean, that's like taking your clothes off and then going, you know, by the way, well, I could make that really saucy. By the way, I'm not going to say. Just rewind that, okay? It's a kid's show. So, that was my little ranting and pet peeve of the day. So I hope you guys are having a really great day. It's so funny because this whole, you know, me doing and bringing it up to you, the whole eat, stop, eat thing and the fasting is bringing out a lot of comments. And I think someone wrote to me yesterday and said that they'd heard about it, but they were scared to try it because of what other people would think. And really, oh, which reminds me, I've got a new one of these to share with you. That's what a lot of what I was talking about, you guys. If you've been reading, you know, my blog Pet Peeves, is that, you know, for the past year or so, all last year, and maybe it started just before that, was, you know, I kept trying, I don't want to say a routine or a diet, whatever it was, but the bottom line is every time I started going gung-ho on something, sorry, every time I started going gung-ho on something, I'd start getting someone with best of intentions usually, okay, giving me some kind of advice, you know, you shouldn't be doing that, don't you know, you shouldn't be eating, and I thought of some other things since I've written that original post. You know, people, oh, you should only eat fruit on an empty stomach, you should never combine fruits with anything, or you should never combine dairy with protein. Ever. You should never ever have fruit after 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You should always keep 2 hours between fruit and everything else. You should never combine, you know, like the Suzanne Summers. I think that's one of the things that she, and I'm not making fun of these people, okay? Some of these people eat in a certain way and they practice certain beliefs, and I'm certain that there's plenty of scientific or study type data to back it up. So please, when I'm talking about this, I'm not saying that everybody's wrong. What I'm saying is if you get caught up in trying to do everything, thinking that everything's right, because essentially in a way it is, okay? I don't know if I'm saying the right thing there. Everything has merit, is what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it's not this one's right over this one, it's eat less, move more, period. Period, okay? And the thing that cracks me up about all of these rules is, you know, the whole fruit thing, or, you know, you can't, like, again, Suzanne Summers, and there's so many approaches like that. I think there's one, Fit for Life, that says, you know, if you're having pasta, you never have, oh, there's the fat thing too. You can never have fats with pasta or carbs. So if you're gonna have carbs, you can have it, but then you have to worry about, wait a second, I can't have butter on that, I have to have fat-free butter because I can't have fats with carbs. And then you're like, oh, I'm having pasta, but I can only have pasta with a marinara sauce because I can't have pasta with fat in it. I can only have it with no fat. The fat that I can have is with my meat, and the meat needs to be separate from the vegetables. And God forbid a piece of fruit ever go on there. So if you have salsa that has pineapple in it, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you honestly think, let's just again, put it back to caveman days. Put it back to, you know, when the Greeks were running around, okay? Do you think any of them showed up at lunch one time and said, wait a second, I can't have fruit. I already had my carbs this morning. Or wait a second, my fructose is too high. Or my blood sugar is too high. I've got to stabilize my blood sugar. I can't eat now. Please, they just ate. They got what was served to them, they ate, and they walked everywhere. It's like, you know, people go, why are people in Paris? Why do they eat so much stuff and they're so fit? Hello, they walk everywhere. We don't walk anywhere. They don't watch as much TV as we do. They're more active and they eat less. They tend to eat, I'm sorry, there's a lot of studies that show the same thing. The French, I'm making sweeping generalizations. They tend to eat a lot less. You know what? I'm gonna do this thing on a separate vlog because you guys seem to enjoy a separate vlog. So, wrapping it up today, wrapping up your ramble. Ooh, that's a good closing. Wrapping up your ramble from Kelly. I'm going to be doing another kick butt workout. In case you noticed, I burned 810 calories yesterday. And hello, I was fasting. I hadn't had a thing to eat all day. I had plenty of energy. And afterwards, what did I have? I think I had one of my organic Trader Joe's vegetable burritos. Oh my God, there wasn't any protein in there. And guess what? Welcome to the gun show, people. I'm still building muscles, so, okay. I'm planning to do another kick butt workout because again, there's part of me that I want to balance out, you know, my missed workouts from last week, and I want to always bank up. If I'm there and I have the time, why not do extra time in the gym or extra time in your home workout? That's the way I view it. And the eating thing, you know, when you look at a meal, hey, if I can eat less, I'm going to eat less. If I'm not that hungry, eat less. Big deal. Look at things a little bit more simply. My life is so much different and better now. Talk to you guys tomorrow.